Hi, everybody. Meg here. I am back to talk to you about more tips and skills to stay calm during any crisis, but especially this COVID 19. I've been talking to you now for almost 2 weeks. We are on day 13, I believe it is. Yes, we're on day 13. So I've been talking to you for almost 2 weeks, just giving you some tips. I think it's super, super important for us to work together and for us to feel safe and calm and get through this. It's been a very challenging time, and it's not necessarily going to get easier overnight. And there are going to be ramifications on ongoing ramifications. There are going to be long-term effects that we're not even aware of just yet. So I think that these tips and tools have, at least I hope that they've been helpful for you. And I hope you've been practicing them. These skills are worth nothing if you're not doing them. I can only provide you with what you need to do, but I need you to actually do it. So we've talked a lot over the last couple weeks about some tools to stay calm in times of crisis. We talked about the education about the brain, the amygdala, and how the amygdala doesn't know the difference between real and perceived danger. We've talked about how logic is turned off when we're really anxious about something. If we need to survive this moment, we can't think about anything else. We can't turn logic on. This is basic human, all of us, every single one of us, first responders, military included. If we're allowing our anxiety to get too high, we're not able to think clearly. This is why our first responders and our military have to maintain their sense of calm. This is why they have to keep from overreacting, from letting the amygdala overtake their logic part of the brain. Because if the emotion took over, if the fear took over, they would not be able to do their job effectively. Unfortunately, in times like this, we are all thrown into unknowns, fears, what ifs, and death. There are a lot of people that have already died, and there are a lot more that are going to potentially die. And we're all going to feel this impact. It's going to hit every family in one way, shape, or form. So it's a matter of, how do we maintain that calm? How do we continue with daily life when life is shutting down? The northern parts of the country, I think, are feeling this particularly in that they've been stuck indoors much of the winter. You know, they're not outside. The northern states look forward to springtime, look forward to summer when they can go outside and enjoy. Enjoy what? Playing in the park by yourself? You know, yes, it's all good to do to still get outside, but it's very, very hard when you don't have anywhere to go. You can feel very cooped up inside. When you're told you can't go somewhere, even if you don't normally go somewhere, it just feels worse. It feels trapped. It feels like you're feeling trapped. So how we're all feeling right now is definitely in a place that we've never felt before. Maintaining that calm body is not an easy thing to do, but it's a super, super important thing, because without that, our logic is going to be turned off by our emotion brain. Our emotion brain is going to start ruling what we do, our actions, and we're not going to be having intentional acts anymore. We're just going to be using survival to determine our acts, and that's not going to be beneficial to us or to anybody else. So today I wanted to bring it back. How often are you using these self-regulation tools? Do you remember what they are? I know we talked about it a few days ago, and we talk about it at the beginning. Breathing techniques, muscle relaxation, mindfulness exercises, distraction exercises. Breathing, one of the good ones is to sit back. When you put your hands behind your head and you sit back like this, it forces you to breathe from the diaphragm. And just take a couple deep breaths and then you can return to normal. Muscle relaxation. Just do a quick body scan. Are you stressed out anywhere? Are you feeling tense anywhere? Are you feeling tight? And loosen those muscles. Forcibly tense and forcibly loose. And notice the difference. Notice how much different you're feeling. Sometimes doing things that are more verbal. So if you sing really loud, that can be really helpful. Exercise. Get some of the endorphins moving. Get some of the pent-up energy out of your system. Mindfulness is doing one thing at a time. Right now, I'm talking to you. If I'm talking to you and I'm also thinking about what I'm making for dinner, and I'm also thinking about the next client that I have, I can't stay focused on you. I can't stay focused on what we're talking about, and my stress response will start to increase. One thing at a time. But recognize that thoughts are part of who we are, and our mind is going to wander. It's okay if the mind wanders. It's about what do we do? Are we bringing it back? Non-judgmentally. Don't beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself up over wandering thoughts. Just bring it back. If we practice baseball once a week for an hour, we'll get better. But if we practice baseball 6 hours a day, 7 days a week, we're going to get better much faster. We may never make pro. Some people just are never going to be that good. But we are going to get better. Same goes for self-regulation. You may never get yourself to a complete state of 100% calm all the time, like the Buddhist monks and such. It would be great if we all could do that, wouldn't it? They've had a lifetime of practice. We haven't had that. But what it will do is it will help to bring us into a sense of control. It is completely, completely possible to actually feel a sense of control in a chaotic environment if we are maintaining the calm body, if we are challenging our thoughts, if we're staying away from the what ifs, if we're doing the self-talk, the positive self-talk, if we're doing the gratitude. It is completely, completely possible. We're going to start to see some of the positive outcomes of what we're doing in a very short amount of time. But we're going to see the positive outcomes compound themselves the longer we're doing these skills. All right? So I really, really, really want you to think about this. And I want you to focus on which techniques am I going to use today? How are they going to help me? And what is going to move me towards a sense of peace and calm and away from the stress today? I hope you all have a wonderful afternoon, and I'll talk to you soon.